SPDF electronic configuration? Well, firstly, let me write SPDF. Now write 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that S is the first orbital, P is the second orbital, D is the third orbital, and F is the fourth orbital. The trick I use for the SPDF electronic configuration is to go in opposite direction. So I take S and write it 2 times, S and S. Let me repeat it. I take S and write it 2 times, S and S. Secondly, I go from P to S. I take PS and write them 2 times, PS and PS. Let me repeat it. I take PS and write them 2 times, PS and PS. Thirdly, I go from D to P and then to S. I take DPS and write them 2 times, DPS and DPS. Fourthly, I go from F to DPS. I take them and write them 2 times, FDPS and FDPS. Now listen carefully. S is the first orbital, so start numbering S orbitals from 1. Hence 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s and 8s. P is the second orbital, so start numbering P orbitals from 2. Hence 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p, 6p and 7p. D is the third orbital, so start numbering D orbitals from 3. Hence 3d, 4d, 5d and 6d. F is the fourth orbital, so start numbering F orbital from 4. Hence 4f and 5f. Also we know that S orbital can accommodate 2 electrons. P orbital can accommodate 6 electrons. D orbital can accommodate 10 electrons. And F orbital can accommodate 14 electrons. So using this trick, I challenge you that you can easily do the SPDF electronic configuration of any element. For example, consider sodium. We know that the atomic number of sodium is 11. So we will distribute the 11 electrons of sodium according to this rule and this formula. 1s can accommodate 2 electrons, 2s also can accommodate 2 electrons, 2p can accommodate 6 electrons, and 3s can accommodate 1 electron of sodium. If I count them, 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 1 is equal to 11. So I have accurately distributed the 11 electrons of sodium, and this is the SPDF electronic configuration of sodium. The last electron of sodium is an s orbital, so sodium is also called s block element. 1s 2 electrons, 2s 2 electrons, 2p 6 electrons, 3s 2 electrons, 3p 6 electrons, 4s 2 electrons, 3d 10 electrons, and 4p 5 electrons. So this is the SPDF electronic configuration of bromine. The last electrons of bromine are present in p orbital, so it is also called p block element. Therefore, you can do the electronic configuration of any element using this simple trick.